Good morning. I'm sure a lot of you will have seen this before. Again, the release, the resonance of the concert hall. Tiny movement. Nice breath, open up, release. Body engages for the volume. You can only imagine what it sounded like live. And have a listen to the horns when they come in. Oh, 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 oh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sound. Amazing. What am I doing here? Here we are. Refresh. So, again, just another great way of demonstrating what we're talking about here. Sorry, I've got a little cursor mayhem. Week 2. So, I was just teaching online, and I thought the internet was a little bit dodgy, so I went and fixed it, and I stood on a metal bit that's coming out next to a bed, and I've torn the absolute crap out of underneath my right big toe, and it is messy. I don't think you can get stitches there, but at the moment I've got tissues around my little toe, my big toe, and a rubber band to stop it from bleeding, and it's really painful, and it just looked like it was a mincemeat shop. So I don't know whether to go to the doctor or not, but anyway, I'll see how long I can go for here. If it just gets too bad, I'm just gonna have to leave, which you've got no idea how annoying that is, but it's quite painful. Anyway, I'll get through it. All right, so I want to get straight into it today, especially given this. Have you printed out your practice progress chart? We're going to use that at the end of the week, so you don't have to do it now, but the link to it is just there. Print out your free practice progress chart. You'll see if I click on that, it comes up. So print that out. Make sure you're in landscape mode when you do it, so it prints out widthways. And anything else, again, I send your attention to the forum and this video here. And let's get straight into I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Dumb things. There goes my walking around on the beach this afternoon, getting sand between my toes, getting sand in my toes. Ouch. It's really painful. Anyway. Okay. So if you're new here, this is where I'm up to in week 2. I had a couple of days where I actually peaked at about 65 seconds doing harmonic slurs. And I've finally broken the 8-second window at 208. So now I'm wanting to get to 5 seconds. And again, the more we can work on everything you saw with Bud Herseth there, that release. So we need to do that with the harmonic slur. And because we've got to get off to a flyer, there's no room for kick. Air, set. Okay, so I want to go through a quick warm-up. First thing of the day, bend finger between teeth. You'll feel the openness in what I call the body's concert hall. If you're watching on YouTube here, come and join the challenge. There's a link in the comments box below. which I actually haven't added to the previous lessons yet, but I will. Is that a familiar feeling? That openness. Is it a familiar feeling or a foreign feeling? Is it familiar but foreign when you're playing, which is something I hear quite often? That's what we want to feel like all the time. Then, hum a note. 1% rule. Can you get 1% more sound out of the body by doing less work? Again, if I'm talking to you like this, it's not going to be more effort to make it sound better. It's relaxing, letting go, letting the body resonate. Can we maintain that while we're playing throughout the range of the horn? Then, so do it again, eyes closed. Passive reduction. For those of you that are coming in every day, you know the drill. You don't have to squeeze air out of a balloon. Now you only notice when I'm talking here, it's still the same thing. It's still passive. If you haven't done your Largo Status stage yet, you'll be getting the emails. Make sure you go through it. The harmonic slur challenge here is advanced, and you need to have your foundation down. You'll also have a coupon code, so you can get the whole foundation level for $10 for a whole month. If you're not doing it, you're missing out. I go through all of this in detail there. You need to get your foundation right. You need to get your foundation right. You need to get your foundation right. When you're humming and it's passive, not squeezing the balloon, I want the lips to interact with the air as if they're the vocal cords. So a recognition of the sensation of passive reduction is the lesson to this part of the brain that wants to pinch the lips and push the air, to get you to recognize a simple mechanical system, and you do not need to push, you do not need to clamp. Okay, and I demonstrate it. The lips, I know, are set for the right pitch for that C, and I'm using the air from the hum. If you close your eyes, you will recognize if your playing is as free as your humming. And if your brain says, Greg, that's not possible, they've got to be different, just come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and eventually you'll get it. You'll realize it. Work through the course. It's all explained and demonstrated, and you only have to watch that beautiful intro of Mr. Herseth. I love it. To think about it makes me laugh. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway, so then the 4 steps. How do we get that? Even if you go, yep, I get it, but I can't do it on the horn. 4 simple steps. So we've learnt the airflow. We've learnt aperture corners. We'll use a visualizer. If you haven't got one, source one. I've got them at the side if you want one, or just find one somewhere. There's the feeling. Replicate the feeling. I'm going through it really fast. I can't demonstrate it enough, and there are a lot of issues in the steps that I've taken already that people run into. That's okay. Eventually, you'll find that passive oscillation. It might be down, depending on where you've got your aperture corners set, your jaw set, your shape set. Then, of course, we're onto the horn. Now, some of you that are watching it daily, oh, what have I done with my rebreathing bag? Here it is. For me to get to the 60-second threshold is after doing some breathing exercises. I've been using the breathing bag. Just to open up. You can hear the sound after I do it. Then I've been using the Voldine. Let's see what happens today. Yesterday I got to 5,000 for the first time. Well, first time in the last 2 weeks. I haven't used this for years, but back into it. So that was only 4.5. I'll do one more. And again, this whole process is checking in on a day-to-day basis where you're up to. An awareness of where you're up to, you can recognize the difference in the feeling of the body each day. Some days are faster in your harmonic slurs, some days are less, but over time, the averages improve. And the whole concept of the whole challenge is at the end of the week, we're going to fill out our chart here. We're going to put it in an envelope and hide it. And at the end of 5 weeks, you'll come back and you'll see that progression there. You can see the angle of, what you're capable of, and that will improve. So we just check in every day, push your boundaries. So today only near the 4.5, which doesn't bode well for playing long tones, harmonic slurs for a long period of time. Very quick warm up. Do it with me. Low C. Does it feel the same as you're humming and singing? And you'll notice that when you hum, you might be passive, but then you'll blow when you go to play. No, there's no blood all over the floor as yet. This is good. Then up to a D. Same feeling, same core of tone. And if there are days you might be beat up from a gig the day before, take your time doing this. There's no hurry. Muscles need to be nurtured, not forced. We want that sympathetic oscillation of the lip, resonance in the body's concert hall. So I might do the Pulip Ku KMT and 2, the 5 articulations. Check it out on the site. On each note, I'll do that just now. So the first group of notes will be Pu attack, opening the lips, then lip, tongue between the lips, then Ku, then K modified, KMT, then 2. So Pu, between the lips, Ku, K modified, tip of the tongue, roof of the mouth. They've all got subtle differences in sound, and most of them are usable in a musical environment. Check them out. And, of course, you've also got a breath attack. All at the site, all through the course. So I've moved through that really, really quickly. And now it's time to get stuck into it. So I'm going to start at 144 again. And I'm going to do 1 beat, 2 beats, 4 beats, even though you don't have to. Again, I need to get this point across. All you need to do is come in and look at this every day and try and tick one box. You don't have to do as much as I'm going to do today, right? But if you see your chart there and go, okay, look, I'll have a crack at getting one of these at 55 or 60, and then I'll have a crack at trying to get my faster ones for 5 seconds. Well, for me, for 5 seconds. It doesn't matter what speed you're up to or what duration. It doesn't matter what level of player you are. It's an individual development approach to get that magnifying glass out and recognize what the physiology of the body's doing, and then constantly find your limits. And so I'm after that 1 beat speed limit. And I've actually meant to put it on the page again. I'll do it for tomorrow. 1 beat speed limit. What does that mean? Where you can do 1 beat, but you can't do 2. Right? That used to be 208 for me now, but I've increased that to it's an 8-beat speed limit. But find what you can do for 1 beat but you can't do for 2, and what you can't do at a faster tempo. Then your time limit is how long you can go for in 1 breath. Here we go. So E to A this week, day 5. And the feeling is the same as the hum. There is no blow. There is no blow. There is no blow. There is the balloon. Taking the breath. As soon as you drop the tongue. We're energizing the air in the pipe and the lips are responding. Aperture corners clicking to change pitch. Wow, 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 wow. Without the voice. And we want to minimize the movement. So that was 8, now 5 seconds. Watching the clock. I'll start at 10. Cool, have a break. 10 seconds. I'll start at the 1. So there's 10. Have a break. So now I've done a couple. I'm just going to go straight for my limit, which is 30. Yes, I've done 30 at 144. That's disappointing. So I'm aiming at 35. Let's see what happens. I'll start at the 11. So I could have taken a bigger breath, but what we're looking for is where breath limit and, oops, easy. Get rid of that one and put it there. Where speed limit and time limits meet. So as you can see here, this is where it's obviously not a breath thing because I can, I've gone for 60 seconds before. So at the faster tempos, maintaining the faster tempo for a longer duration becomes difficult. For example, again, the 208, I can only last for 8 seconds. It's clearly not a breath issue. It's a refinement of airflow and shape. And we're getting the body to relax, to let go. It's not more work, 1% rule. It's an alignment and an awareness and drivers from back subconsciously. But when you almost fall off, and I'm doing it myself, if you get those times and you go, I'm struggling to keep up, just that feeling of the wow. Forget you're playing the instrument. Just let go and feel the shape change. There's no pressure from the air. It's just oozing out. So I need to get 35 seconds at 152 as well, which is really disappointing. Obviously, the further you go through, the more difficult it is to tick boxes. But that's okay. We're developing our fundamentals. 130, what do I do? 152. for 35 seconds. I'm struggling at 35, but I just managed to squeeze out 35. But you could hear it fall apart. It just wasn't locking. So I'm going to tick that. Maybe tomorrow. 138. And again, it doesn't matter whether you tick the box or not. You're coming back and you're pushing your limit. You can't expect everything to get better every single day. What's this whole thing based on is the Herbert L. Clark learning to single tongue at beat 120 clicks per beat per minute in one breath, single tongued. Whole minute, single tongued at 120. You're kidding? 16ths. Driving. That's nuts. I just need to have a look here and see if. Oh, I just realised I was supposed to be somewhere. 10:30. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to need to send a message. Are there any messages here? Sorry, it's chaos today. It's just chaos. Where are we? I learnt yesterday how to find comments. There's probably a better way. At the moment, this is not working for me. Sorry. There we are. Or was that yesterday's? I can't even find where we are streaming right now. I give up. I give up. I give up. Right. I need to be real quick. I have an engagement I've totally forgotten about. So with that in mind, I'm going to... Every day is different. Every day is different. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do 2 speed limits and 2 length, duration time limits. So I'm going to go up to 200. See if I can get 5 seconds. In fact, no, I'll do 192. So for 192, I want to be able to get 10 seconds because I've already ticked the 5 box. So I want 10. Seconds. 10. So that's just not happening. If I think of the stop trying to play. So it's just there's a big difference between at 192 between 1 beat, 2 beats. So then when we're adding from 5 seconds to 10 seconds, it's really refined, but it doesn't matter. Again, as I demonstrated yesterday, what am I going to play today? The feeling of this is becoming, even after a short amount of time, week and a half into it. It's just Finding that the aperture corners, not pushing against it, just practicing the release. And in getting that control of those aperture corners, that's what we're using. What am I going to play? It's still working on not push, but release. There's got to be. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. All the same thing. Keeping the body relaxed behind it, open, resonant, not push, not choke, never go into choke mode. Anyway, so I can't get to 192. Going to try for 55 seconds at 108. Already paralyzed by a premonition of failure. Zen in the art of archery. No, I'm just a realist. I can feel I'm not going to get anywhere near it. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So, empty the lungs a couple of times. Almost slightly hyperventilate. To help if I started the metronome. So I'm just a bit blooming manic today. Everything's happening at once. I hope I don't think I can actually get stitches in my toe where it is. It's just underneath. But it's bad. It's bad. Oh, crikey. It's a mess. It makes me sick thinking about it. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Lungs are here. So just 50 seconds. Isn't it funny? There's a day before that I got 65, an extra 15 seconds. So it's just the way that it works. Radio, now let's move across. Can I get 5 seconds at 200? Finding that limit on the breath is really important. And again, remember, when was the last time on a gig or in band are we still streaming? It's funny, you just have days, don't you? Let me see if we're still streaming here. My broadcasting service just stopped. Anyway, it's just one of those days. I think maybe my internet's playing up. Having all kinds of issues today. So it's saying that I'm still live. Anyway. I'm sorry, people. You just can't help technology. Let me see if it's still streaming here. Where are we? So I use this system called OBS, and it just failed, but it's telling me that it's streaming again, but I'm not seeing the stream. Hang on a minute, what was that? Well, are we back? I need my clock. It's a prime example of what can happen on any gig day. Things just don't work, and you go, okay. And when you get into the technical world, you're going to expect things to not work. That's okay. It's just what it is. And when we're doing brass playing like this, some days are going to feel good, some days are going to feel terrible. So, c'est la vie. All right, I'm just going to do it anyway. And if the screen happens to fire up again, awesome. If not, still saying I've got internet access, but I'm very dubious. But it's saying end live video. We must still be live. Anyway, if not, I'm happy sitting here practicing on my own. Here we go, 108. Is there a clock down the bottom? There we go. There's always a way. You can't see what I'm seeing if I move. Oh, that's not going to help. I'm clicking on down the bottom of the screen. There is a clock here. Oops, not that one. So I'm clicking on that. Sorry, folks, this is all. There we are. You can't see it, it's behind my camera here. But so I'm at 11:04 and 15 seconds. So I got to 55. So that, if I could open my page, would be a ticked box. So maybe Mystery to Mastery is having a problem. You never know. It's been... Oh, here we go. We're back online. Woohoo! Now, are we still streaming? No, there's the old video, so it cut out. Anyway, disappointing. So that was 104 for 55, but I've already done it, so I don't get to tick a box. Okay, 208, and I'm finishing up. Right, today off was a disaster. But not really. We're not saving lives, just playing a bit of trumpet. Here we go, one beat. So that's not really 8, but go for 5 seconds. So again, you can tell that it's coming. So in the next couple of weeks, it'll get better. I wonder, by the end of the 5th week, where it will get to. I wonder where it will get to, and how the breath. My standard breath is between 40 and 45 seconds, maybe pushing 50. If I just take a natural breath, and you can see where my speed's up to. Now, there will be people out there that are faster. There'll be people out there that are slower. That's okay. I will download this video and put down, it's day 5. You'll see all the previous days are all down here at the bottom of the page at the Windworks Mystery to Mastery website page. Get your videos in. You can go to Dropbox and set up just click here and submit your videos. It doesn't matter if you submit it in week 4, but between week 4 and week 5, you're not going to have too much of an improvement. But I can guarantee that if you're doing this every day, you're going to start and feel the body's concert hall unlock. You're going to stop pushing the air, and it's going to get easier. Then the way the course is set up, it's just structured note by note. It's got the Singing Sea series that everyone needs to do. One day, people will get it. And all the articulations, all the stuff, you need to have your foundations nailed. So come along, and I think if you're doing the trial, you'll get your email, and there's a coupon code for $10. You can get in, and it will change your playing. I know it will. Just come along and do it. All right, folks. Sorry for the mayhem. I probably should go and see a doctor before I'm not losing litres of blood, but that's good. And I will upload this video to the website because it cut out, so there was a problem with my broadcasting. Anyway, that's life. Any comments, please leave below. Any questions. For some reason, I can't even find where this live stream is, so it's a bit frustrating. Because that's where the comments are. See, if I renew the page, perhaps I need to do that. And if there's any questions there, I'll have a quick peek. Otherwise, I need to shoot through. And so I'll be back again at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm just having absolutely no luck today. But that's the joy of this. Yeah. There's just no sign of this stream anywhere. So if you're watching it, great. I don't know where you're watching it. Oh, hang on. I just saw the Mahler 5, so that must be it right there. Where did I see that? Crazy. Anyway, I don't know. I give up. Keep practicing, and I look forward to seeing you with it all working real soon. Happy days. See ya.